Welcome to my channel. I'm Daria and today we are practicing crow pose. Crow pose is a great arm balance to get started with if you are newer to yoga or newer to arm balances. It's an accessible posture and today we're going to be moving through some progressions to work on crow pose. So if you can, have some yoga blocks at the top of your mat. If you don't have yoga blocks, no problem. Grab maybe a stack of books or something that's sort of a similar shape and size. And then have a pillow nearby as well at the top of your mat. When you're all set up, let's get started. We'll begin right here, sitting up on your knees. Go ahead and ground your palms down and close your eyes. Take a big full inhalation. Exhale through the mouth on a sigh. Let go of some tension and just sort of relax into this space right here, right now. Again, inhale, fill all the way up. Exhale, sigh it out and release. Continue breathing deeply and begin to bring to mind just a sense of playfulness. Try to maybe take some wiggles or just drop your shoulders away from your ears a couple of times, relaxing away any tension or any expectations so that we can get to a place here where we're just playing. And there's nothing serious about this play. There's nothing too adult about it, but it's just very fun and from a place of joy rather than a place of tension or expectation. Take one more inhale. Last sigh, exhale it out. Good. And now reach your hands out in front of you, flex your fingertips up toward your face, and then press your fingertips down toward the floor. Inhale, fingertips rise. Exhale, melt the fingertips down. One more time like that. Inhale, flex. Exhale, fold. Take a few wrist circles, moving the wrists, and then reverse the circle to the other direction. And we will bring the palms together and just rub them vigorously together in front of you. Feeling some heat and some energy moving between the palms. Going a little faster. And then shake it out. Okay, so we will begin to play with crow pose. Crow pose, we can start by really grounding into the palms. Imagine that your hands are plugging into the floor. So you're like a tree frog or like a crow with your fingertips acting like claws into your mat. So they're spread really wide and then press down through each fingertip. And from here, lift up onto your toes and come into a position that's sort of like a hybrid between a downward facing dog and a forward fold. So a little bit more of a narrow stance here. And from here, press into your palms so much that you move into sort of like chaturanga arms. So the shoulders come away from each other and you're pressing away from the mat. And then lift up high onto your tippy toes and bend your knees in toward your triceps. See how high you can get your knees up on your arms. And now just play with the shifting of weight. Send your weight a little forward into the fingers and then send it a little back into the toes. And just sort of rock your weight back and forth here. Try to keep your gaze a few feet in front of your hands. So rather than taking it right between the palms, you want your gaze to be more out here. So you might want to place a pillow or a block, something there as a marker, and that's where you can look. So just keep playing with rocking the weight forward and back, and notice the subtle shifts that need to happen in your body in order for these weight transfers to happen. Notice what's going on with your arms, with your fingers, and then all the way through your entire torso, your core. Imagine that your pubic bone is pulling up to your sternum, so everything is really engaged through the whole core, pulling in and up. And now maybe you start to sort of hop. Like your toes just hover away from the mat for a second and then you come back down. As you continue transferring your weight forward and back. Try two more right here. Little hops. Last time. Nice. Bring your knees down to the mat. Sit back on your heels, bring your palms to face up and close your eyes. Take a sigh, an open mouth exhale. Let all of that go. And just sort of clear the slate for a moment here in stillness. Nice. Plant your palms back down and we'll try again. Going up. This time, bring a block in between your legs right here. You can place it at any level. It might be more helpful for you to have it up here, but I would say for most people, starting here is a good option, or a stack of books, whatever it is that you have. Plant your palms down again and come into your forward fold down dog hybrid. Plug your arms back into the earth, fingertips claw into your mat. And now, see if you can shift your weight forward and step your right toes onto the block, pulling your low belly in and up, squeezing and press down through the palms the whole time, and then step it back down to the mat. And then try with the left foot, left toes step up onto the block, and then place them back to the earth again. Good. Keep that gaze a few feet in front of your hands. Right foot comes to the block, back down. Left foot comes to the block, back down. Arms are so strong the whole time, core is so strong the whole time. Right foot comes up, back down. Left foot comes up, back down. Good. Now, from here, step the right foot up onto the block, squeeze the belly in and up, squeeze the core, press down through the fingertips, through the palms, and see if you can step both sets of toes up onto the block and just hover here. And now play with shifting your weight back and forth here and see what this feels like with the feet a little bit more elevated. Just play. Explore how your body feels. Explore this shifting transfer of weight. Good. Bring both toes off of the block and remove it. And sit your hips back to your heels. Palms face up, eyes closed. Drop into stillness just for a breath. A little bit of time for your body to absorb and just sit. Good. Blink the eyes open and we'll try again. Plant the palms, plug them down into the mat, lift up high onto the toes, and bring the knees up to the triceps. And now we'll do the same thing we just did, but without the block. So shift your weight forward and lift your right toes up and away from your mat, and then place them back down. And then maybe the left toes lift up and hover, and then maybe back down. If this is feeling intense or like a little bit too much, just play again with shifting the weight back and forth, and that's a great place to stay. If you're here, keep playing with lifting the toes up and away just to hover. And you can always bring the block back if that was helpful for you. Notice, again, the subtle changes that are happening in your body with the lift of the feet. All the things that need to happen for this little movement to occur. And then when you're ready, again, come back down, sink your hips back, and let your palms face up on your legs as you close your eyes. If you want to take any wrist circles here or anything to sort of stretch out the wrists, you're welcome to, or be still and breathe. And now blink your eyes back open. So we have our pillow set up here because a lot of the time we are fearful of falling forward and sort of face planting out of a crow pose. And so the pillow is a nice sort of reassurance that if you do fall, you'll land on something nice and plushy and it'll be okay. So good idea to have that set up there. If you don't have a pillow, but you do have a block, you can also use a block or something similar to fall onto. So playing again, plant the palms back down into the mat. Ground the fingertips, press into the arms, press into the palms, lift up high onto the tippy toes. And again, walk your knees up as high as you can onto your triceps. almost like they're coming up into your armpits maybe. Take the gaze a few feet forward, really pull in and up through the entire core, and now maybe float one set of toes up and away from the mat, and maybe you can float the other set up and away from the mat, keeping the gaze forward, keeping the palms locked into the mat the entire time, and lifting the low belly in and up. Maybe your heels can come in a little closer to your glutes. One more breath wherever you are. Good. Sit back onto the heels, palms face up, and drop. Deepen your breath. Let your heart rate slow down. Take a sigh or some wiggles. Whatever you need to, come back to that sense of playfulness and just clear whatever just happened. Often we're really impatient to reach what we think of as a final destination in a posture or in life, really. And it can be helpful to remember that in yoga, there isn't a final destination. There's always something deeper. There's always somewhere more to go. And so having patience with yourself wherever you are in your process, in your journey, with a pose or with your practice in general, or with something in your life, it's a great reminder that there's so much to learn along the way and that the journey itself is where we find the most value. Blink your eyes open, and we'll go one more time. Ground your palms down, lift up high onto the tippy toes, and bring your knees up high into the triceps or maybe into the armpits. Take the gaze forward. Back of the neck stays long. Squeeze, pull the whole belly in and up. Press into your mat, and maybe toes lift away. And we fly. Or maybe keep playing with shifting your weight, your balance forward and back, forward and back. Breathe wherever you are. Press more into your mat. One more breath. And calm down. Good. Sit down, hips onto your heels. Bring your palms to face up and close your eyes. Take a breath. And take a sigh. One more time. Big breath in. Big breath out. Release and let go. Bring your palms together at heart center and take a moment to acknowledge yourself for practicing and for playing today. It's such an important skill, especially as adults, that we return to playing and we return to that more joyful sense of movement without a destination. Bring your palms up to your third eye center and just bow your head gently forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing and playing with crow pose with me today. I hope you found this video fun and helpful, and you can return to this anytime. Practice this every day if you like and see what happens. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to go down below and give it a like and subscribe to my channel because that really supports me. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!